around like, okay, what's everyone going to say around the holidays? And who wants to talk about protecting yourself? And we came up with a lot of good suggestions that I'm putting into like a holidays 101 other. So one is, having a 1 to 2 sentence sort of pitch if somebody's asking, like, oh, how's the job search going? Or what do you do? Or those sort of like small talk kind of
Mhm.
questions, right? Like, how can you avoid those and stick to your script and then flip the question back on them? Another thing is understanding that boundaries are set. You can set boundaries, but you can't control if somebody respects your boundaries. So, having that level of comfort in what are my boundaries? What do I want to talk about? And knowing they're going to be crossed, and then figuring out what you do when they're crossed. The third thing we talked about is almost like assembling your own little army of like protectors and finding 2 to 3 people that will be at the Christmas party or the Thanksgiving or the Friendsgiving where you're like, hey, I can't handle this. And can you stay by my side? Or if somebody asks, can you be there to step in and change the conversation? And so, like, assembling that support system is really important. I have one of those. I've been jobless during 2 holiday seasons, so I'm like a pro at this. And then, the last thing that we sort of decided, we're gonna in Rise have like a buddy system for the holidays. Like we have a mentorship program, but I think which is separate. But we're gonna do like a almost a buddy system where we match people with like a buddy that they can just text. If they're like, oh, my like aunt is like, she keeps asking me, she keeps saying, like, are you networking? Are you doing this? Just because half the time, like, I just want to like go in a corner and text someone and be like, okay,
Yeah.
she's saying this again. So we're gonna set up a buddy system. I don't know what we'll call it, but I thought that was a nice idea that came out of the call yesterday. So you always have that person to go to.